Hello, it's Richard. It's Games Freezer, and it's Richard's 10-minute taster for a game called FUZE4 on Nintendo Switch. I think it's fused to the power of 4, the way that's written. Anyway, we're going to take a quick look at it. And today's quick look is going to just quickly nip around what this actual game, well, it's not a game, it's actually an application of sorts, allows you to do. So the way it is pitched is that FUZE4 is a coding application for Nintendo Switch. Now it enables you to make games within the FUZE4 infrastructure and publish those games within FUZE4. So a bit like Dreams for PlayStation 4, for example, where you make those games and they live within the application, and they don't go any wider than that. You're not able to sort of export them and put them on other marketplaces. But it's a really, really cool idea, and it's something that I've been meaning to take a look at for a while. As always, there's a massive list of games that I've been desperate to get round to, and in this case it's an application that I've been desperate to take a look at, and FUZE4 is that. So we are going to take a quick whistle-stop tour of what's in it, and it also includes a remake of Fast Food Dizzy made by the Oliver twins, which is intriguing. And apparently it took them 3 weeks, I think it was, to remake Fast Food Dizzy into FUZE4. So what are we going to do? Do we want to go on a quick tour? Do you know what? I'm going to say no, and I'm going to do my own quick tour. And when I say quick tour, this is going to be a dip into each of the menus just to show you what the interface looks like. Now the thing to point out with this from the start is that it's very much a coding based solution for coding, if you get what I mean. It's not a what you see is what you get kind of interface. It is actually, you need to type in hard code, so it's going to take time and effort, and you're going to need to learn and use the resources that are within the community in order to create something meaningful on the platform. But in my opinion, it's a fantastic idea to get new coders into the game dev arena and create maybe some coders, some game devs of the future. So so make mention here of the community, the Fuse arena, etc. Right, so this is your main interface, which is actually something that you can amend the look and feel of. We'll get to that option in a minute, but I've got this kind of green interface at the minute. Your first tile is code. So literally it will take you into a coding line, and this looks as though it's picked up the last game that I actually played. So you can take existing games that have been created within FUZE4 and you can go through the code and sort of amend the variables and try to sort of amend the game and give it a go that way. So in that respect, it's a good idea to start with an existing game and then try and maybe build on the back of that game to make something even better, or something that's customized, and it gives you a good starting point to kind of work out how to navigate around a set of code. Now I have no real coding experience. The closest I've come is through using some what you see is what you get style coding applications, and even with those there's a lot of effort involved in order to understand the language, and a lot of learning required in order to create something meaningful, even something as simple as a left to right platformer. But with this you get a good start because obviously you've got the code in front of you. Now the one thing I've noticed that this doesn't give you is the kind of hand-holding tutorial that enables you to maybe sort of build a sample game that's already sort of designated to you. Not that I can see anyway. Maybe it's hidden within the writing within the tutorials. I haven't managed to come across that yet. Like I say, I've had a bit of limited time to actually look at it, but I can't see straight away that a tutorial that, like I say, holds your hand. It would have been good to have something like that on the main page, just to sort of enable you to sort of go in and follow I don't know, a basic tutorial for creating a, I don't know, a bouncing ball or a spinning bit of word logo, something like that, or I don't know, a quick platformer, whatever. So couldn't see that, but this is the kind of the main hub of what you'd be doing once you're coding. Now, the one thing I couldn't work out is how to get out of this menu, which is kind of odd. There's nothing there to say go back to the main hub. Oh, it is minus. Well, there you go. I've worked it out live on this stream. Press the minus button. It's that simple. Okay, that's cool. So I've learned something. Right, so that's the code tile. Media tile. So let's go into that. And this is where you'll be able to pick up assets for your games. And you can use existing assets from other games. And you can repurpose those to use in your game. Time fantasy. I've been a pixel artist for over a decade, and I created the time fantasy style to evoke the feeling of classic SNES RPGs. Game developers, you can use these graphics to bring the worlds to life. Cool. Right, so let's go into that one. I haven't looked at this one before. Right. Animals, areas. This is really cool. Let's go with areas and have a look. Okay, so you've got all these different assets that you can repurpose. That is absolutely fantastic. I mean, for me, I could sit there and play around with level design for hours on end. This is really cool. So you can have your own kind of style, you know. What else have we got in here? Let's have a look at this. Final boss blues, dwarves vs elves. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, different kind of character models. Fantastic. So this is all saving you lots of time of not having to create your own assets in order to create your first game, which is brilliant. It's a real good time saver. Now, obviously, this type of thing is dependent on the community and how big the community is. It seems like there's a sizable number of assets within the FUZE4 initial sort of media assortments. There's loads of stuff here. Let's have a look at this one. I looked at this one yesterday. This one's pretty cool. So you've got jingles, music, sound effects, vocals. So you've got sort of music that you can use. Where's this? There's one with a really nice background, set of backgrounds. It's not immediately. Oh look, there we go. So this is the Dizzy assets. Let's have a look. Shall we have a look at the Treehouse Adventure? Oh, this looks cool. Nice. That is really nice. I love stuff like that. I could just have a print of that and put that on my wall. I'd be happy. So yeah, plenty of assets, plenty of stuff for you to use in a game that you could sit down on your Switch, would you believe? On your Switch, sit down and code. And I think that's fantastic. It really does put a coding tool in the hands of people to be able to take their first step on a coding adventure, and it's about $12.99 as well, which is unreal when you think about it. How many hundreds of pounds you could pay to sort of own an application, say on the PC, that enables you to code. Obviously, there are free versions of most coding applications, but yeah, I think this is really cool and in a kind of more accessible type of way. Okay, so let's have a look. Right. So let's just pause that right there and pick up with programs. Go over to programs and we'll have a look at programs, see what's in there. So within programs it will be, let's have a look, your games that have been shared across the community. So it's not games that you've created necessarily, it's games that the community have created and uploaded. Now these have changed since I looked last night. It just goes to show how much of a decent community we've got. There's not hundreds of games, but there's enough projects in there to take a little look. Now obviously the one I'm drawn to immediately is Fast Food Dizzy, but let's have a look at Super Mega Arena Blaster. So let's play that one. So again, it will take you into the code first of all, and in order to run it you press plus, I think, yeah, plus, and then it will load it in like so. Super Mega Arena Blaster. There you go. Right, so we're loading in and we're up to here. So we're going to choose one player, obviously, normal game mode. Choose your ship, so you've got a number of ships you can choose from. Speed, defense, let's go with high speed, high defense, although lower speed. Okay, and it's a twin stick shooter. Oh, not my greatest strength by any means, twin stick shooters. But these are, I was playing this last night and I was getting very addicted. Nice little look about it. I think this is one of the slicker games that I've seen on here as well. Go on my son. Obviously with this being the first level it's pretty straightforward. I think there's like a meteor shower that comes at the end as a bonus kind of level. Whoa there, planet size. Could have done with like a dash mechanic with a bit of a cooldown, I reckon. There we go. Ooh. There are power-ups. Oh look, there's one, just as I say it. Ooh. Look, there's another power-up as well. So there you go. So, can I get out of it? I don't think I can. Oh, there I go. And then I can go back to the main menu. So what are the other things? We've got the projects. Well, that's where you store your current projects within the FUZE4. You've got help, which is obviously a section to do the tutorials on. But again, it's not handheld tutorials. It's you reading and then implementing what you've learned. You've got the settings where you can change the look and feel. What else we got here? We've got tools. What was tools again? So yeah, map editor, image editor, so you can build your own assets. And then the final thing is being able to share. So overall, I would say this is a really nice starting point for anyone who's looking to get into game dev, especially on the Nintendo Switch. £12.99, you can't really go wrong. So I would implore you, if you're interested, to take a look. Get over to the eShop, download it, £12.99, give it a go. Build your first game, build Solitaire, build that thing you've always wanted to have. Anyway, until next time, goodbye my friends.